Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unorthodox Taco Guy. We're going to be doing a little bit of an unorthodox episode today because today I'll be doing an unboxing of something a little less figure oriented. It's kind of like a figure, but it's actually more towards a doll. So let's see how this one is and stay tuned. Let's check it out. Okay guys, welcome back. We're gonna get straight into it, and you guys can tell from the title, this is a pure Nemo. I believe this is 1/6 scale, and this is based on ReZero Rem. It's officially licensed. It's got the up-to-date modern authenticity sticker here, very important, and they're all numbered according to each one they make. This one's based on Memory Snow, which is the new, I believe it's an OVA. I don't think it's a series. I believe it's an OVA. It's the next installment of ReZero. And so this outfit is based on that entry of the series. So that's why they released this Pure Nemo here, which is a Zone International doll. And if you guys are into these, you know that these things become extremely collectible. I've seen the aftermarket for some of these be in the hundreds, you know, even up to as much as $500 depending on who it is. So this is one of the things I kind of, after I saw they had her up there as well as Rem, I'm sorry, they also had Ram. I did not get Ram. I do watching the money, but so I just got Rem. I saw there's also Amelia. She's actually currently up for pre-order at the moment, and I was thinking about it, but at the same time, I think I'm just only gonna get this because I'm not really into. I'll just be frank. I'm not really into dolls. I'm more into action figures, but Rem is my favorite character, so I decided to experiment and get this. At least on a collector's point of view as well, for my Rem collection, she will be worthwhile to keep. So the box isn't taped. I didn't have to cut anything, so I can just slide this out. Now I will state again, this is my first time ever having something like this, so this is going to be very first impressions based for me. Now we got this thing in the back here. So stuck to the back via some sort of stickiness. There's nothing else in the box. Let's see, what's this? I'm guessing this is the instruction booklet or something of the sort. There we go. Oh, they had some sort of ribbon in there and a needle, or is that like a pin or something? I am not sure. Oh boy. Oh, I actually have to pin it. Well now, I will see about trying my best to do that. But that is her it's like a flower ribbon. It's very iconic of theirs. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try to be careful as possible without ruining it. Thank you, instructions. Okay, so we have packaging all around. We do have some hands in here. I was actually curious on what it came with hands-wise because when I pre-ordered this, it actually did not tell me much about the character at all, especially that I'm not into Pure Nemos, Azones, or anything of the sort. I'm not exactly knowledgeable of what they come with normally, compared to my my nature of normally collecting scale figures, Nendroids, or Figmas. Okay, so we have part of her headdress here. Also has some sort of string there. So we'll have to do some sort of stringing down. We've got some hand parts here. Well, actually quite a bit of them. That's good. because I was actually curious if I needed to order any more hands, because I actually saw there's actually a decent aftermarket for Azones or Pure Nemos. I know there's different actually sizes for them, so I actually have to specifically say the Pure Nemo series because it's smaller, I believe. So we got some fingers doing a little, almost like the metal hand signal, because she's the metalhead. We got some clasped hands together, closed hands. She's currently looks like she has some open hands on her. It's good that they paired them up here. We've got peace signs. Okay, we got a decent amount of pairs in here. That's good. We've got what looks like grasping hands, as I would like to call them, pole hands. And then we have looks like open palms but cupped, so she could be holding on to something. Actually, will probably come in handy. Okay. Right. And there was a small delay on her. It actually was set back a month due to the fact that they had a design change that they wanted to do to her. And I'll actually be able to show it, I believe, because I don't think they changed the packaging. So we're gonna go to the packaging here, and I think it's on, probably on the back actually. You'll actually see here, the ribbon on the boot is black on the white cuff there. And they decided for Rem and Ram, you actually see, they changed the ribbon on the boot to blue for Rem and pink for Ram. Now, personally, I actually like the black ribbon, so I don't think they needed to do that, personally. I don't know why they opted to. The black and white, like, maid dress type look actually looks pretty good. But, you know, if that's what they chose to do, then that's what they chose to do. But it's nothing dramatic, it's nothing, a big deal breaker or anything of the sort, so that's okay. Whoa, holy crap, these little boots down here have like little zippers on them and crap, and they work? That's crazy. Okay, I'm new to this stuff. Alright, so we have some plastic on her hair and everything. Is it tape or is it just a sleeve? It's a sleeve, okay. So we can take that off and then I guess kind of like unruffle the hair a little bit. I know it's gonna be patted down a little bit, so let's break it up. We have some plastic around the head, very much similar to how I normally see it with like figments and whatnot. I don't know how the heads come off. I'm actually kind of scared to take the head off on this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully cut the plastic so I don't have to take her head off. I'll do some more research about the head removal before I do anything like that. Okay. So let's check some posability of everything. Let's check out the quality of everything put together. Wow, the material is actually really, really nice. Good job on that. Bow is sewed together. Now it's got a little clasp in the back. In the back there, you can unhook it. So that lower portion, the apron there, this comes off the dress. So you can actually kind of change it up a little bit, make it more of a black dress if you want. I'll actually, how would I do it about that? Actually, before I go messing with that, let's check the rest of her. Let's check some posability. We got knee bending. It's very good. We have minor ankle roll. Got some minor ankle roll there too. So we can get her to stand up. Will she stand on her own? Actually, yes, very good. That's awesome. Arms. See, arms go out a acceptable amount. We have a little bit of motion on the knees are a little loose, so she kind of wants to fall over just a tad. Let's check out arms. Oh, where's the elbow? There's the elbow. Elbows are creaky, but they do move. Let's see. From what I saw from the hand joints, they just look like they are pinned. So it just looks like they roll. They don't have any angle to them. So there's nothing crazy about the hands. So I can't expect anything like high-end like some of the action figures that I mess with. But for the most part, at least I have interchangeability with hands. And it looks like hands are actually quite easily obtainable online for different hand types. So I'm actually probably going to order some different variations for expression. And of course this is very specifically a doll. So there is only one head on there, one expression for the face. So that's something I have to live with. But this is very specific. This is very special. So if I do the headdress would go up and over on top. And it looks like I would take this and pin it into her head. Literally, I think it just pins into her head. I don't know if there's like a hole or whatnot, or if I just ram it into her head. But the hair actually does look like they styled it a little bit. There's some stiffer portions. So I will try not to mess with it too much, but I did want to break it up just a tad because it was really pushed down because of the sleeve. But it looks like it's starting to open up nicely now that it's out. Really nicely made. It's got a nice shine to the blue on the hair. I'm actually quite satisfied with how good this is looking. The materials are all crazy good. I can see why people like actually go crazy and collect these. I'm not big into these personally, but a lot of nice materials are used here. This little bow is nice. The stitching is really, really good around, I don't even know what to call this. It's like an upper portion of this. Is this Velcro? Yeah, there's a Velcro collar here. And this part of the dress, I actually think this is sewed together. Yeah. Okay, so this portion right here is actually sewed to the dress. So push that back together. But it does look like I could take off maybe the apron. This might be separate. Nope, that's actually sewed on too. So despite the fact you can undo the clasp, this is sewed to the center here too as well. Okay, so there's a lot I'm learning here. For leggings are up to the thighs. They're all the way up. They're complete, like, pure legging styles. So they could, I guess they go even higher. They come down. They cover a lot of the skin. So if there's any knee deformalities, actually you can see like the joint. It hides it actually pretty well because of the fact she's wearing leggings. I think the only thing I've got is the knees are a little loose, but she at least can stand on her own. So it could be worse. But at least she has good posability when it comes to her legs though. In terms of motion, it doesn't feel like I have too much range. So if I go out to there, it feels like it stops right there. That's very, very limited in terms of leg spread. Forward and back for legs actually feel okay. So forward and back's good. But for as in width, not so good. Arms feel acceptable. The elbows are just a little creaky. And they roll. I can bring her arm up and over, bring it over. Yeah, so I got an acceptable range of motion for arms, even with the clothing on. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this. And it's not something I'm going to be going too crazy with. But she will probably come with me for some adventures and some shoots and whatnot. And she's going to be pretty much specifically only my only Azone I ever buy. So don't expect too many more of these. Though her price was actually extremely reasonable for what this is as a whole. This was just a tad over 100. Like, I've probably paid worse for some figures. And there's a lot of craftsmanship in not only the actual figure slash doll itself, but also like the boots, the clothing here itself. I know that actually like the aftermarket's pretty expensive for the clothing stuff like this, and then the custom hair. So this is gonna be crazy for some Rem fans out there, Rem and Ram and Amelia. You're gonna be very, very, very happy with this. She's actually a lot smaller than I expected. I'm actually very happy with the size. I actually preferred this size. So I kind of took a gamble on that because I know some people I don't know, you might be just as curious as I was when I first got this pre-ordered, because this is my first Azone. I was expecting more, maybe like, so you'll see my hand here for size comparison. She's not too much bigger than my actual hand itself, and I was expecting much higher than this. I was actually expecting more like maybe even the box height or something like that, like a little bit bigger. So it actually really works out. She matches more, hell, to even some of my scale figures or anything like that. She might be around 8 inches or so. Let's get a ruler. I have a scaling ruler here I can at least use. I don't know what my normal ruler is. So she is just under 10 inches. Looks like she's about, actually she's almost dead on 10 inches. She's just shy of 10 inches. If I go, man, it's like she's like a hair below 10 inches, to give you an idea of just how big she is. Okay, so that's cool. I actually had this ruler available for once, so I can actually measure something. Now I already did get, because I had a couple cool ideas for traveling with her. I even got her a little backpack that's 1/6 scale for her, and then I even got her a camera. So I can actually check to see if that camera is going to be a good size for her. Okay, so many of you know that I have a ton of 1/12 scale accessories, and I don't really have anything for this because this is pretty new to me in terms of scaling size. But I did get her her own DSLR. It is modeled after a Canon, so she can come out, and I'm going to do some type of photo shootception going on there. It even has changeable lenses. They even have a tulip shade on them. And then this is her backpack in which to hold her camera stuff. She even has a telephoto lens, and of course a shade for that too. So that'll be entertaining. It's actually very appropriate scale for 1/6, and then the backpack as well does look extremely appropriate for her size. So I think it'll be a cool little addition to some interesting type of photography that I can do. I just have to be really, really careful with her, not to get her dirty or ruined, as she has got a lot of white on her, and they tend to get, from my experience with figures and whatnot, they get stained or marred very easily, and even with the white leggings on there. So I got to be very careful with her. Okay, so in terms of everything, I'm actually very, very shocked with the quality on everything. And if there was a couple more of my absolute favorite characters out there, if they made them, I probably would actually end up getting one. I am looking for one of my other favorite characters, but I know she's extremely rare. It's Rika Takanashi, and it was like a store-specific exclusive one, and I haven't been able to find one. I was actually looking for one, to buy one for a while, and I still haven't found one. But if they made like Megumin even from Konosuba, I'd probably jump on it immediately, because after seeing like the quality on stuff like this, it would have to be like very specific absolute favorite characters. But otherwise, I can highly recommend this if you can get the opportunity to get one. As she just released, I'm not sure how many people still have her in stock. I just jumped on it and pre-ordered her. I do know Amelia is up currently for pre-order. I don't know if it closed yet, but I can wholeheartedly say this is very awesome. As a Rem fan, very, very happy, and I can definitely recommend one of these. Even if you are normally a figure collector or anything of the sort, or scale collector, she's very compact, and I can give a size comparison to some scales. As you have saw, she's 10 inches. So here's like your typical prize figure. He is extremely average in terms of height for some prize figures, and she's only just a little bit bigger. And actually, I even have a couple scale prize figures that may be even a little taller. And so here is her sister. Here's Ram, who's a prize figure, and she's only a little bit taller. She's showing right there, and here is Ram. So up to her eye level is the top of Ram's head here. So yeah, that gives you an idea of what she would look like in the rest of your collection if you have one or get one of the sort. I would say I'm very happy with this. This is, again, very, very niche for me. Don't expect it again too often. If there's rare opportunities, it might pop up again, but I am very much looking forward to doing some photography with her. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I can actually, one thing I'll show, last two, is if you move the hair away, she does have, you know, another eye under there, just in case you're curious. They did make her other eye. So I'm going to try and see if I can get these together, and then I'll be right back with some results, and I'll do a little quick breakdown of them. Okay, I've got at least an idea of some progress going on here with working on Rem's accessories. So I have her headdress here, which is a piece that goes on top like such, like this. And you're supposed to bring it down underneath and tie it so it stays on there with these little elastic bands, and then trim off the excess. So that's the idea I've got from that, which makes sense. In the description, they kind of point that out, and then they tell you where to trim it. So the next one is, well, after I get that on, I have the hairband piece, which is a part that goes on the side of her head. So when I put the hairband on, if I turn her head, the little bow will get pinned in and go down on there. And then so there'll be a part in the hair from where that is. So say I have this part right here. Then I have to take the extra string. It's one string here, and I gotta cut it into little pieces. And then it looks like I have to use some sort of adherence or something. I'm not sure. But it's gonna get applied to her little hair piece right there. So I have to be extremely careful about how I'm doing this. And then it'll be like a little crisscross of each piece right there. So I'm really wondering how I'm gonna do this, but let's see how this comes out. And we'll go step by step. We got the hairband on after a lot of struggle and a little bit of a freak out, but it goes underneath the back of the hair where you want to tie it together, and you do want to tie it together like a madman. So tie it as many times as possible, because I only tied it like twice or 3 times, I think it was, and it actually split apart after I cut the extensions off, and which made tying it afterwards even harder. So I tied it literally like 10 times or something like that, then placed it, repositioned the hair and everything because it was a little frantic and made the hair a mess, and then snipped it, and now it seems to be fine. Which the thing is, the hairband is actually quite nice because it gives the hair a nice parting, so it doesn't look as like wide and like flushed out as like a bowl. This definitely adds a nice layer of depth to it, to break down like I was saying, there's a nice part to it. And then now we're going to go onto the ribbon, and we're going to place the ribbon right next to the hairband. And I'm actually going to see if I can part and put the pin behind the string here for the hairband. That way it can't slide off backwards if possible. Hopefully it'll give some extra support for the headband here. Okay, so I've been going through the instructions and everything, and I've been attempting to make this little hair piece right here. The little flower pin works perfectly fine. The headdress thing worked perfectly fine. That's good. That's, I at least have those. But this one here, to make the front little hair cross stitches in the front, it's been a nightmare. Nothing works on it. I've tried all the little double-sided, sort of double-sided tape to try to do the put it on there correctly. Nothing seems to work with it. It's a fuss and a fight with your fingers. So I've gotten to the point where I've gotten another pin of my own, just like how like this method did. I'm trying to make a pin out of some pieces and some glue. After it settles, we're gonna see if it pins into her hair or not. If not, she's not getting it. I'm done with this thing. This little accent right there is a nightmare. Either that, or I'm going to try to get my own string of this color, and I'm going to make one actually tie around her hair or something like that. Otherwise, this thing sucks. That's my 2 cents on this little instruction that they have here. And yeah, I hate it. I hate everything about it. It doesn't like to work. So that's my 2 cents on that at the moment. Let's see where we could go from there. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can definitely give it a thumbs up on this doll/figure Pure Nemo collection, as she is pretty awesome, and the quality is definitely there. The price is definitely, I would say, even underpriced for the value. I've seen a lot of these outfits sell for a lot more. They're definitely doing a good job on trying to get it out there for a lot of people at these price ranges for something of this type of quality. Hey, I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my social medias. I'm doing art edits even at the moment as I'm summing up all these videos little by little, trying to get it caught up on everything. This was a little bit outside my comfort zone, and as most of you might know, I'm more so into figures, scales, action figures, Nendroids, whatnot. So having Rem Azone here was something a little bit outside the box. So hope you guys enjoyed my breakdown, something a little bit out of the ordinary. I don't think I threw it exactly in the video there, but I actually did not end up getting that little ribbon on with the double-sided tape. It was just a pain in the butt, and I'll live without it. I tried the double-sided tape that was included, and I also tried my own double-sided tape. I tried making a pin that was glued together that had it there. I just can't get it for some reason. I'm really good at small stuff normally, but for some reason I just can't get it to stick or stay, and I feel like I'm just going to ruin her hair if I try to put something on there like that. So I'm good with, I got the headdress on there and I got the flower pin on there. It's good enough as our iconic look. If I can, I'll figure out maybe if they sell miniature bobby pins or something, maybe I'll make her a custom pin that will slide across and pin together. But otherwise, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Sorry for my incompetence on trying to put that together. And maybe you'll see one down the road one day, especially if I find a rare one I'm looking for that's somewhere across the internet. I've checked everywhere and I can't find it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next time you guys see me, remember to stay unorthodox. Take care.